Good morning and welcome to Good Morning Maine. Today on Good Morning Maine, 5 people have recently been arrested in relation to multiple different illegal marijuana grows around the state. Plus, a new abortion law has taken effect in Maine as of January 1st, which changes the way insurance companies charge people who are seeking abortions. And Governor Janet Mills responds to her initial claims that the National Weather Service left her bureau unprepared in the wake of the most recent storm that flooded large areas of the state. Good morning once again and welcome to Good Morning Maine. I'm Emma Smith and thank you for tuning in this morning. Let's start the morning off with a first check of that forecast with meteorologist Devin Biggs.
Alrighty, Emma, thank you very much. Happy Wednesday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Comfort Shoes. Need the proper fit for your new winter footwear? Visit us across from Irving and Newport. As you get into things this morning, not too bad out there. There's some clouds that are developing, and that'll really be about it for today. We'll be under a partly cloudy sky with more clouds moving in later on tonight. So we'll be watching for a little wave of energy that will be moving in from the north and west. That'll be moving in our direction. Now will give us the opportunity for a little bit of snow on the way. Nothing major on the way. In fact, some of you may miss out altogether on any accumulations, but we will have the clouds and a little bit of snow on the way later on tonight and in parts of tomorrow as well. In fact, tonight will be dry. It'll be tomorrow when we get the snowfall. But as for the wind, though, not too bad. We'll be at around 5 miles per hour today. In fact, some parts will be calm from time to time. The winds will not be an issue today or in fact tomorrow as well. So for today, we'll call it a partly cloudy sky with highs in the upper 30s and that west wind getting up to about 5 miles per hour. Later on tonight, lower 20s becoming mostly cloudy and that south wind getting up to about 5 miles per hour. For tomorrow, snow showers on the way, less than 1 inch expected. Some of you may not see much of anything at all with highs in the upper 30s and that south wind getting up to about 5 miles per hour. That hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period. Overall, a partly cloudy sky with temperatures making it into the 30s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Emma?
Thank you, Devin. Police are releasing new information about an investigation into a death in Bar Harbor. A little after 11:30 Sunday morning, Bar Harbor police were called to Des Isle Avenue for a report of a death at an apartment. Maine State Police responded to assist with the investigation. The body was taken to the office of the Chief Medical Examiner in Augusta, where an autopsy was performed on Monday. A spokesperson says, based on the evidence, it does not appear that the death was suspicious. We'll keep you updated as we learn more. Former President Donald Trump has officially appealed the decision from Maine Secretary of State Shenna Bellows that barred him from Maine's GOP primary ballot. The appeal was filed Tuesday afternoon in Kennebec Superior Court and claims that Secretary Bellows had no authority to consider the federal Constitution issues presented by the challengers. He also argues that she made multiple errors of law and acted in an arbitrary and capricious manner. Under Maine law, the Superior Court would have to issue a ruling on the appeal no later than January 17th. To read the full appeal, you can visit our website, foxbangor.com. On Thursday, a homicide took place inside Damon's Beverage on Jefferson Street in Waterville. Yesterday, the store reopened its doors to customers. The person of interest, Spritel Hubiak, was found by police in Flippin, Arkansas on Sunday. Police say Hubiak fled from officers in his black Ford Taurus. The pursuit ended when Hubiak stepped out of the vehicle with a rifle in hand, and an Arkansas law enforcement officer shot him multiple times. Right now, he's recovering from his injuries and is expected to be extradited back to Maine when he's released from the hospital. The new year means new laws are taking effect. One of those laws impacts the way insurance companies charge people seeking abortions. The new law, which went into effect on Monday, ensures people who seek abortion care with private health insurance coverage won't be charged a co-insurance co-payment, deductible, or other cost-sharing fees. According to Planned Parenthood of Northern New England, cost can be a huge barrier to access for someone seeking an abortion. They say most employer-sponsored health insurance plans have a deductible of around $2,600 or more, and the cost of an abortion ranges between $500 to $1,000.
But this law is a huge step forward in addressing the accessibility and affordability of abortion care in Maine. The high cost of abortion can be a huge barrier to access. So eliminating financial barriers to abortion is essential to ensure people get the health care they need and deserve. So this law means that Mainers with health insurance plans can get the abortion care they need when they need it without worrying how they'll have to pay for it.
Margals says insurance plans that are not regulated by the state, such as self-insured plans, would be exempt from the new law. The Kennebec County Sheriff's Office arrested 3 people in China after finding a drug operation inside a home. Our Matthew Durantzik has the story.
36-year-old Cheng Zhen Chen, 41-year-old Bing Su, and 43-year-old Aiken Chen were arrested after deputies found a substantial amount of unlicensed commercial marijuana growing inside their 1144 Route 3 home.
It's good to know that the sheriffs got on that quick and were able to solve the issue that was going on and bring things to a little bit of an ease.
According to the Kennebec County Sheriff's Office, law enforcement seized 970 mature plants and many seedlings. The department says deputies responded to the residents after receiving a tip that someone was being held against their will, but only the 3 individuals were present. We spoke to workers at Toby's Grocery, not even a mile down the road, who say they were shocked in hearing this news.
It's definitely surprising to hear for me. You don't hear too many things that happen like that around here.
I know that people smoke it, but I never realized that it would be so close to like where I work and stuff. And it doesn't really happen like around this community. I mean, I would expect it like in Augusta or Portland, but not here.
In China, Matthew Durantzik, ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
State police conducted separate busts at 2 other illegal marijuana grow operations yesterday in the town of Belgrade. A spokesperson says around 11 a.m., troopers executed 2 search warrants at a home on Guptill Road and another on Point Road following multiple complaints. As a result of their search, troopers seized 2,300 plants and arrested 44-year-old Yuquan Chen of Massachusetts, 66-year-old Lemen Chan of Florida. Both were charged with illegal cultivation of marijuana and unlawful trafficking in scheduled drugs and taken to the Kennebec County Jail. Anyone with information on this case is encouraged to contact state police at 624-7076. In other news now, Portland police say drug use remains a major concern. The department reports there were 527 overdoses in Portland in 2023 alone. 47 of those were deadly. These numbers are all subject to a year-end review, but that is 9 more than 2022.
There was a concern. There was a big spike, I think, from roughly around Christmas time up until New Year's. So we're going to look at those numbers, and we hope they improve now that the holidays are over. But yeah, we did see a big spike.
Chief Dubois also commented on Maine's new law that took effect 2 days ago, requiring police officers across the state to carry Narcan.
Definitely helps. I would say almost a daily basis we're administering Narcan for overdoses. I think we're ordering around 750 doses for this coming year. We're going to look at the numbers and see where we're at, but it absolutely saves lives every day.
The sponsor of the Narcan bill claims it would have saved more than 700 lives last year. Governor Janet Mills is responding to her initial claims that the National Weather Service failed to accurately predict and warn her about the severity of the December 18th storm. At her December 20th press conference, Governor Mills made the claim that the National Weather Service didn't predict 60 to 70 mile an hour winds or 4 to 5 inches of rain anywhere in the state. Days later, the National Weather Service responded to the governor, saying they did in fact predict and brief Maine emergency management officials for nearly a week leading up to the storm about the potential impact. At a press conference yesterday, Governor Mills was asked about her response to the National Weather Service's statement.
I appreciate our partnership with the National Weather Service. They're a vital agency. Their information is vital, and I want to ensure that we continue to have a good relationship with them. I have no criticism of them today.
Governor Mills added that officials from FEMA arrived in Maine yesterday and will be working with Maine Emergency Management Agency to officially determine the financial impact of the storm. Businesses affected by that same storm may soon be eligible for thousands of dollars in recovery grants under the Maine Business Relief Fund. Our Augusta reporter Corey Bouchard has the details.
Recent severe wind and rainstorm, along with major flooding, was devastating for so many people, so many businesses, so many communities.
The goal of the Maine Business Relief Fund is to provide some direct financial relief to help businesses clean up, restock, and get back on their feet quickly.
The severe storm on December 18th brought road washouts and power outages that lasted for days, as well as flooding the Kennebec River has not seen in decades. According to Katie Dougherty, the executive director of the Kennebec Valley Chamber of Commerce, this storm impacted many businesses across the region.
Yeah, I mean, some businesses don't have insurance. Thankfully, a lot do, but I mean, they had to throw away. So a lot of the businesses have freezers and their supplies in the basement. That's all gone.
The Maine Business Relief Fund was inspired by similar efforts in Vermont that raised over $800,000 after their historic flooding last year. The funds are meant to help cover expenses such as replacing equipment, operating expenses, or assisting with cleanup efforts.
The valuable experience provided a very helpful template for the Maine Business Relief Fund.
We expect to be able to grant up to $10,000 that will depend on the funds that are ultimately raised.
The relief funds will raise the funds by individuals and businesses that wish to donate. Picard says they've established the fund under the Maine Business Education Partnership, which is a 501c3 charity, and donations are tax deductible. Dougherty says the fund should help get businesses back on their feet and hopefully prevent some businesses from closing.
You know, the Kennebec Valley region is a very tight-knit community, and they're also worried about their employees. So this fund is going to be a huge assistance, but the businesses are still going to be struggling.
To apply for financial relief or to find out how to donate to the fund, you can visit MaineBusinessReliefFund.com. In Augusta, I'm Corey Bouchard for ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
That's good news. Cool place for a press conference, too. I love that restaurant. Okay, the time now is 6:12. Coming up next on Good Morning Maine, Bangor officials have announced they plan to use the large remainder of pandemic relief funds to create more housing in the area. We'll hear their plans right after the break.
Roto-Rooter has served the greater Bangor area and beyond for 35 years, offering plumbing, hydrojetting, snaking, descaling, video inspection, and grease interceptor cleaning services. For all your residential and commercial clogs, call Roto-Rooter today, 990-1234.
And away go troubles down the drain. Roto-Rooter.
There are so many fun things to do in Maine. Now you can enjoy more for less. Check out Half Off Fun from foxbangor.com.
Healing Hands Massage in Hamden provides professional massage services tailored specifically for our clients. Whether you're looking for relief from chronic pain, stiffness, or just want to treat yourself to a day of relaxation, Healing Hands Massage is the place for you.
There's a limited supply available. It's on sale right now. Save with Half Off Fun from foxbangor.com.
Oversharing can be weird.
How you doing, buddy? I'm more excited than a mosquito flying into a nudist colony.
Weekdays at 9 on ABC7.
You were making a left turn. The plaintiff was going straight. Who do you think had the right of way?
Why do you believe you're entitled to prescribe the way he fixes his car?
I will send him images of the part that could be used to fix his vehicle.
Did you see this part? I wouldn't want that attached to my car.
Hot Bench. Wednesday at 3 on ABC7.
Welcome back to Good Morning Maine. The Bangor City Council has coined 2024 as the year of housing. And city officials say that's how they plan to allocate their remaining federal relief funding before they reach the 2024 deadline. Our Grace Blanchard explains.
We now have $3.8 million approximately that has yet to be obligated.
Over the past year, the City of Bangor has allocated over $17 million to several community organizations through the American Rescue Plan Act.
If you make an investment, all tides rise, and that's what we want to do.
According to the city manager, the council has until the end of the year to obligate the remaining funds and are prepared to prioritize funding for housing solutions.
I would like to see the city step up and find some of the solutions on its own instead of always looking to the not-for-profits.
Those who have received ARPA funding, like the Together Place Peer Recovery Center in Bangor, have until the end of 2026 to utilize their funding.
Really hope we're able to find a building to satisfy the ARPA application and to expand. We want to find, the original application was to find a building that had 6 units in it that could house 10 people.
State Representative Amy Rader says the funding can only go so far to address the housing issues.
Concerned that the funding is not necessarily going to do anything to help our unhoused citizens because we're still waiting on that request for proposal for a study to determine what the needs are.
However, the city says they do plan to move forward with a Bangor-centered housing study and plan to continue searching for housing solutions well beyond the expiration of the ARPA funds.
Now it's okay. We've now established that housing is going to be our priority, so we ought to put our resources behind it.
In Bangor, Grace Blanchard for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
I'll be interested to see what comes of that housing study. Okay, moving on now. As we get further into winter, the Department of Inland Fisheries and Wildlife wants people to be aware that just because the temperatures might drop below freezing, it doesn't mean the ice is safe to be on. Our Doug Banks spoke with a Maine game warden about what people should know before stepping out on the ice.
Maine is comprised of over 6,000 lakes and ponds, but not every one of those is ready to be stepped on. Pushaw Lake being one.
This year we got snow before we really had good ice pack, so that affected it a little bit. And then we get the warm weather right around Christmas right behind it that melted a lot of our ice.
For those eager to get out on the ice, Maine Game Warden Aaron Rideout says to never go out on the ice alone and let others know where you'll be and what time you're expected to be home. In case of an emergency, bring a cell phone, warm clothing, and tools that'll help you start a fire. And bring an ice auger or a chisel to check the ice frequently, so you won't find yourself in a dangerous spot of ice. And according to Rideout, that is
anywhere where there's darker, slushy colored ice, that's ice that's not as structurally sound, and also anywhere where there might be moving water, whether that's an inlet, an outlet, or possibly a spring hole where water will be moving.
Rideout says the ice you want to see is clear, light blue, and with minimal air bubbles. If that's not below your feet, it's better to stay on shore.
Keep in the back of your mind that going out on the ice can be dangerous, and just make sure that you're prepared.
In Glenburn, Doug Banks, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Good reminders for us all. Okay, the time now is 6:17. After the break, do you or have you been interested in buying locally raised meat? We'll hear from owners of a local venison farm. Plus, that full forecast right after the break.
Maine QuitLink offers free help to stop smoking and vaping, including personalized quit plans and free patches, gum, and/or lozenges with every program. Get connected to a quit coach, trained to develop a plan that works for you. Learn how to curb cravings and overcome slips and relapses. It's free, it works, and people who enroll are 2 times more likely to successfully quit. Call 1-800-QUIT-NOW or enroll online at mainequitlink.com.
Hi, Todd from Dorsey Furniture here with great news for anybody contemplating new furniture in the new year. Right now and until January 8th, selected floor samples throughout our showroom are half off the list price. These items won't last long and delivery will cost you a little extra, so bring your truck or trailer and take home the beautiful new furniture you've been waiting for. Dorsey Furniture, Route 1A, Holden, open 7 days a week. Start the new year with beautiful new furniture from Dorsey Furniture. Live well, my friends.
When the acres add up, so does the work. The Kubota LO2 Series is ready for it. Part of the #1 rated tractor brand for durability and owner experience, it features powerful, dependable Kubota diesel engines, performance-matched attachments, and the versatility to get the job done right.
Available at Doors Equipment, 1468 Outer Hammond Street, Bangor.
Even though there are fewer farms in operation in Maine than in years past, farming is still a viable way to make a living. No one knows that better than the owners of Ash Hill View Farms in Carmel. That's where Ken and Nathan Sweat have been raising European red deer for consumption. The duo says raising and growing their own food helps them and many others provide for their families. Our Jody Hersey has the story.
Red deer are not native to Maine, but they are one of a handful of livestock the state of Maine allows farmers to raise.
Red deer is a subspecies of elk. They're larger, doesn't have the gamey taste of whitetail. We started out with 8 in 1992.
Ken Sweat and his son Nathan own and operate Ash Hill View Farms in Carmel, where approximately 100 red deer roam on 496 acres.
It's just a very hardy animal, and it seems to be able to handle our main environment quite well. We're going to probably try to keep a herd of between 150 and 200. That's the amount that we have for the land that's fenced in, and that's a manageable amount.
While male and female white-tailed deer are known as bucks and does, the Sweats say male and female red deer are called stags and hinds. The Sweats raise both genders until they're approximately 3 years of age, and then these animals are used for venison meat. That meat is then sold directly to customers or at the European Farmers Market right here in Bangor.
We go just with the standard tenderloin cuts, then down through the back straps and medallions, and down to hamburger and stew meat.
Nathan Sweat is preparing to take over the farm and really wants to encourage and teach others to embrace being self-reliant and sustainable.
I'm going to try to diversify a little bit to be able to remind people that we can take care of ourselves and that we actually have to have a need to remember to take care of our neighbors. That's the way that Maine always has been, and I want to make sure that continues.
In Carmel, I'm Jody Hersey for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
So many benefits of buying and eating local food. Love to see it. Okay, now let's get a full look at that forecast with meteorologist Evan Biggs.
Alrighty, Emma, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Comfort Shoes. Need the proper fit for your new winter footwear? Visit us across from Irving and Newport. Alrighty, this morning there's some clouds developing out there, tracking from the west and going toward the east. There's a little bit of return showing up in parts of Canada. We will not have to worry about that for the time being. Our next wave of energy will be moving in for the north and west and going toward the south and east later on. This will give us the opportunity tomorrow for a little bit of snow on the way. Nothing major on the way, less than 1 inch expected. Some of you may hardly get anything at all, but a little bit of snow will be on the way for the daytime tomorrow. Let's check on the wave heights. Not too bad out there, at around 2 feet according to the buoys so far. So in fact, no advisories in effect across the region, at least at this time. But otherwise, futurecast moving forward for today, a pretty quiet day, a partly cloudy sky, mixture of clouds and sunshine otherwise. But later on tonight, the clouds do begin to move back in at our next system. Now we'll begin to approach with a little bit of snow that will be on the way. Again, nothing major on the way. Some of you may miss out on this altogether. But then by Thursday night, the clouds begin to break up, and now we'll allow temperatures to cool off into the teens as we head towards Thursday night into parts of Friday morning. As for the snowfall, again, nothing major on the way. Some of you may get up to 1 inch, but that might be a little bit of a stretch. Other spots, so maybe up to a ½ an inch at best before we're all finished up. So nothing major on the way. Just a little bit of snowfall across the region. Let's talk about temperatures, though. We've been rather warm recently, though. Look at this around the Christmas time frame. We had temperatures up into the 40s, but more recently, though, we've been above normal for the most part, though, except for January 1st, New Year's Day. We were around 5 degrees below normal. But as you do move forward, though, our average high temperature is 30 degrees. We'll be above normal today and tomorrow in the upper 30s. Upper 20s, though, for your Friday. We're back in the mid-20s Saturday to Sunday. Upper 20s again Monday, and lower 30s again as we head towards your Tuesday. So for today, upper 30s on a partly cloudy sky, and that west wind getting up to about 5 miles per hour. By tonight, lower 20s, mostly cloudy, and that south wind getting up to about 5 miles per hour. For tomorrow, upper 30s, snow showers less than 1 inch expected, with that south wind getting up to about 5 miles per hour. Alrighty, here's your extended forecast brought to you by Comfort Shoes. We'll be mostly sunny on Friday with highs in the upper 20s, middle 20s Saturday with a mostly cloudy sky, and more snow showers possible on Sunday with highs in the mid-20s.
The Orono Arcade is an ideal birthday party destination. We have the best arcade video games, including Tomb Raider, Halo, Need for Speed, Mario Kart, and Luigi's Mansion. You are guaranteed to have hours of fun. Plus, we also have a 9-hole blacklight mini golf course that changes weekly. Allow us to provide hours of fun for you and your friends. You bring the cake, we'll provide the entertainment. Call us today to schedule your birthday party event, 889-3166.
There was no salt or sand.
And because of that, I slipped and fell.
When snow or ice isn't removed, you need a powerful law firm to go after every dollar you may deserve.
I needed to protect my rights.
Cases like this require resources and experience.
Over 25,000 victories for injured Mainers and more than $500 million collected for Maine families.
I never thought I'd get that much.
The law offices of Joe Bornstein. Maine lawyers working for Maine people.
The sweet spot where every craving finds its perfect match. Indulge in our pastries, delicious sandwiches, and our freeze-dried candy. Quench your thirst with our trendy bubble tea, natural energy drinks, or our all-fruit smoothies. The sweet spot in Ellsworth, where sweet meets savory, and every sip is an adventure.
Right now, there's just so much happening in our world. So much at stake at the start of every morning.
Making sense of it all, that's not always so easy.
And that's where we come in.
Good morning, America. We want you to know every morning.
We're right here, and we got you.
Winter is flu season, and not only that, but COVID is still with us, as is RSV. Remember, it takes your body about 2 weeks after you get any vaccination to ramp up those antibodies. Now is the time for you and your family to get vaccinated against the flu, COVID, and RSV. Updated vaccines are now available for flu and COVID-19, and depending on your age, active steps you can take to prevent RSV. Talk to your doctor or pharmacist, or go to vaccines.gov. A message from the Maine CDC, this station, and the Maine Association of Broadcasters.
There's one number you need to know. It's called Joe.
We turn now to the crisis on the southern border. Suburbs in the northern U.S. are fighting back. They're angry over Texas sending buses packed with migrants to their towns. And now 4 suburbs near Chicago are taking action. ABC's Ike Ajachi has the details.
Returning from his holiday trip in the Caribbean, reporters asked President Biden about the record number of migrants at the southern border. A White House official says negotiations on border funding are moving in the right direction as Republicans insist new aid for Ukraine be tied to increased U.S. border security. Today, House Speaker Mike Johnson, along with 60 other Republican lawmakers, are set to visit the border in Texas. The influx of migrants is now hitting American suburbs, far from the border. Hundreds of migrants were dropped off at bus and train stations outside New York City after Mayor Eric Adams issued an order requiring buses carrying migrants into New York give 32 hours notice. A similar situation in Chicago, where 4 suburbs passed an ordinance last night prohibiting the transport of large groups of people without an approved application.
Before we began busing illegal immigrants up to New York, it was just Texas and Arizona that bore the brunt of all of the chaos. Now the rest of America is understanding exactly what is going on.
Since 2022, Texas Governor Greg Abbott has bused more than 80,000 migrants from Texas to so-called sanctuary cities.
What Texas is doing is bonkers.
Mayor Adams' administration furious with Abbott, even comparing him to the Joker in The Dark Knight.
There's a line in it that some men can't be reasoned with or negotiated with. Some men just want to watch the world burn. Greg Abbott is that man.
Mayor Adams says he does not want to revoke New York's sanctuary city status, but does not want to be required to shelter the migrants. Now, here's some good news. Border authorities say the high level of migrant crossings has gone down in recent days, allowing them to reopen 4 border crossings tomorrow. Ike Ajachi, ABC News, Washington.
There are growing concerns about a wider regional conflict in the Middle East after an explosion in Lebanon's capital killed a senior Hamas leader. In the south, heavy fighting is being reported in Gaza, one day after Israel said it was withdrawing thousands of troops. Fox News correspondent Trey Yingst is following it all from Tel Aviv.
The fiery aftermath of a drone strike illuminates a street south of Beirut. The strike's target, Hamas deputy chairman Salah al-Aruri. A key Hamas political figure, al-Aruri met this October with Hezbollah leader Hassan Nasrallah. He was also considered one of Hamas's main links to Iran. Reports indicate Israel is bracing for retaliation from the Lebanese militant group Hezbollah or Palestinian factions that could include long-range fire toward Israeli cities.
The IDF is at a very high level of readiness in all arenas, in defense and offense. We are in a high state of readiness for any scenario.
The uncertainty along Israel's northern front comes as the IDF continues to push forward with operations in southern Gaza, going after new Hamas hideouts and infrastructure. Israel's Minister of Defense, Yoav Gallant, visited troops in the enclave who are starting to wrap up more intense fighting in certain areas.
This means that in this place, tactically speaking, we will operate via firepower, some maneuvering, special operations, and if necessary, we will hold this area for a period of time. The goal is to exhaust the enemy and eliminate them.
A Palestinian source in Gaza indicated to Fox News that airstrikes have been less intense over the past 24 hours, but that humanitarian needs remain. Displaced Palestinians in the southern city of Rafah await much-needed humanitarian supplies that continue to trickle in, as the United Nations called the current amount of support woefully inadequate. U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken was scheduled to visit the region this week, though his trip was delayed after events on the ground. In Tel Aviv, Trey Yingst, Fox News.
Shipping magnate Maersk announced it will pause Red Sea operations following more attacks in the region. The company made the announcement Tuesday following another attack by Houthi rebels in Yemen this past weekend. Last week, Maersk said it was prepared to let vessels resume sailing through the Red Sea thanks to U.S. efforts to protect ships from rebel attacks. Houthi rebels have been attacking commercial vessels in the Red Sea as retaliation for Israel's assault on the Hamas-ruled Gaza Strip. The attacks have caused major shipping disruptions, with many companies pausing or rerouting their shipments. All right, coming up on the second half of the newscast, is anyone taking part in Dry January? The holidays are known for their overindulgences. We'll hear why many folks are choosing to abstain from alcohol this month. This and more as Good Morning Maine continues.
Hi folks, this is Barry Gass of Gass Horse Supply and Western Wear in Orono. We've been in business since 1911, and our third-generation family-owned business can't wait to show you our unique line of Western wear and Western tack. We have Western boots, shirts, hats, belts, and buckles for the entire family, and Western tack from bridles to saddles and everything in between for your horse.
Gass Horse Supply and Western Wear, where the American West comes alive in Maine.
What I've learned over my 17 years in pharmacy is that every medication has a potential to affect every person differently. That was evident with my own mother. The medications were hindering her ability to think quickly. It did feel a little premature to stop driving, but it was the right thing to do. My message to Mainers would be never doubt the potential side effects. Talk to a loved one about your ability to drive safely.
Don't get cold feet this winter. Stay warm and dry with high-performance footwear from Comfort Shoes and More. With an extensive selection of winter boots rated from 0 to minus 60 degrees Fahrenheit, you'll find comfort in knowing your feet will be warm in any weather. Discover the latest in functional and fashionable footwear with grippers built right into the sole. With boots in stock up to 6E and size 17 for men and women. Take the drive to Newport for a sit and fit to find your perfect fit. You and your feet will be glad you did.
The most important thing is family. AAA shares the same family values. For over 100 years, AAA has been providing legendary service and has helped what it values most, its members. Join our family, and you could save on your auto insurance policy with our competitive pricing. Just like family, we offer you our support when you need it, whether it's questions about your policy or with our most trusted roadside assistance service. Visit AAA.com/insurance and find out how much you could save.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
Welcome back to Good Morning Maine. I'm Emma Smith, and today is Wednesday, January 3rd, 2024, and today is National Right to Congress Day. Very few people regularly practice this right or even know who to write to in these instances. You can always write to your senators, Susan Collins and/or Angus King, or congressional representatives in our area, which is the 2nd District. That would be Jared Golden. Or you can get more specific by writing to the state representative in your area. In the 131st Maine Legislature, also called the Maine House of Representatives, there are 151 individuals, consisting of 80 Democrats, 68 Republicans, and 2 independents. Okay, I know that's a lot to follow, so let's just not complicate it any further. Time to move on to some history. It's one of those things that you either know or you don't, and I constantly need reminders myself. Good thing Google exists. On this day in 1870, construction began on New York's Brooklyn Bridge. It took 13 years to complete. A big day for Lord of the Rings fans today. On this day in 1892, English author and scholar J.R.R. Tolkien, known for writing the Lord of the Rings trilogy, was born in South Africa. In 1938, U.S. President Franklin D. Roosevelt established the National Foundation for Infantile Paralysis, later called the March of Dimes, in order to find a cure for polio, which he had been stricken with in 1921. In 1977, Steve Wozniak and Steve Jobs incorporated Apple Computer Inc. on this day. In 1987, Aretha Franklin was the first female artist to be inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. That's a good trivia question right there. Who was the first woman to be inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? Definitely remember that one. And in 2009, the Bitcoin network was created as the first block of the digital currency was mined by a person or a group, it's still unknown, using the name Satoshi Nakamoto. For birthdays today, we have American actor James Marsden. He's 50 today. Whenever I hear that last name, I think of Marston from the Marston House in Salem's Lot. Swedish climate activist Greta Thunberg is 21 today. And a posthumous one now, Canadian ice hockey player who has been regarded as one of the greatest players of all time, Bobby Hull, was born on this day in 1939. He passed away almost a year ago on January 30th, 2023. There is our birthday graphic. Thank you. Okay, let's move on to weather now. Devin Biggs has the forecast.
Alrighty, Emma, thank you very much. Happy Wednesday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Comfort Shoes. Need the proper fit for your new winter footwear? Visit us across from Irving and Newport. As you get into things this morning, not too bad out there. There's some clouds that are developing, and that'll really be about it for today. We'll be under a partly cloudy sky with more clouds moving in. Later on tonight, so we'll be watching for a little wave of energy that will be moving in from the north and west. That'll be moving in our direction. That will give us the opportunity for a little bit of snow on the way. Nothing major on the way. In fact, some of you may miss out altogether on any accumulations, but we will have the clouds and a little bit of snow on the way later on tonight and in parts of tomorrow as well. In fact, tonight will be dry. It'll be tomorrow when we get the snowfall. But as for the wind, though, not too bad. We'll be at around 5 miles per hour today. In fact, some parts will be calm from time to time. The winds will not be an issue today or, in fact, tomorrow as well. So for today, we'll call it a partly cloudy sky with highs in the upper 30s and that west wind getting up to about 5 miles per hour. Later on tonight, lower 20s becoming mostly cloudy, and that south wind getting up to about 5 miles per hour. For tomorrow, snow showers on the way, less than 1 inch expected. Some of you may not see much of anything at all with highs in the upper 30s, and that south wind getting up to about 5 miles per hour. That hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period. Overall, a partly cloudy sky with temperatures making it into the 30s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Emma?
Thank you, Devin. Jack Black joins another video game movie adaptation, The Misfit Spies of Slow Horses. Get another assignment and more. Here's Fox's Ashley Dvorkin with the latest in the Hollywood Nation.
Zabka trains, Oldman gets a renewal, and Black books a new gig in the Hollywood Nation. Jack Black has landed another video game-inspired film role. According to Deadline, the actor-musician has been cast in Warner Brothers' upcoming live-action adaptation of Minecraft. He joins lead star Jason Momoa, Danielle Brooks, and Emma Myers. Black starred in last year's billion-dollar blockbuster adaptation, the Super Mario Brothers movie, as the voice of the villainous Bowser.
I need a team of good agents, but I just have the slow horses.
Gary Oldman and his group of misfit spies get another mission in Slow Horses. According to Variety, Apple TV Plus renewed the hit spy thriller comedy for a 5th season. The renewal comes just a week after the 3rd season finale. Oldman will reprise his role as Jackson Lamb, which earned him a recent Golden Globe nomination. And Cobra Kai star William Zabka is getting ready for the show's upcoming 6th and final season. The actor who plays Johnny Lawrence and sensei of Eagle Fang Karate showed off his martial arts moves in a training video posted on X, formerly known as Twitter. Netflix has yet to announce a premiere date for the 6th season, which starts filming later this month. In Hollywood, Ashley Dvorkin, Fox News.
All right, still to come here this morning, Ryan Sudol will have the latest with sports. Don't go away.
Your favorite restaurants were half off. It's half off dining from Fox 22 and ABC 7. Go to foxbangor.com, click on half off dining, and start saving now.
Escape to tranquility at the Mill Cafe in Dover Foxcroft, where every sip comes with a view. Enjoy fresh brews and delectable bites right on the water's edge. Your oasis awaits.
Great restaurants from all over Eastern Maine at half off dining from Fox 22 and ABC 7.
Hi friends, I'm Jim Culberson, president of New England Bible College and Seminary. Do you sense the call to become more fully equipped to serve Christ? We offer accessible, affordable education ranging from early college for high school students to standalone classes, 4-course certificates, and degree programs for adults. Courses can be taken in person or online. Visit us today at nebc.edu.
When you're ready to tackle your next building project, depend on the knowledge and experience of Hammond Lumber Company, your building project partner since 1953.
This is the People's Court.
What were you doing with binoculars looking into her yard? That's creepy as hell.
It's rough, it's tough, and we just can't get enough.
You're both total liars.
Real litigants, real cases, real drama. The People's Court.
On ABC 7. Put a little more cash in your bank. Save money with half-off deals at foxbangor.com.
Hey everybody, Ryan Sudol here. Thank you so much for joining us. Let's start out with Maine men's hockey. The now 7th-ranked team in the country continuing their roll over the weekend down at Dartmouth, winning the Ledyard Classic. Their wins over number 18 RIT and Dartmouth in the final, marking their 5th and 6th wins in a row. Junior Harrison Scott was the tournament MVP, while freshman Sully Scholl scored 2 goals in the final. Over their streak, skaters other than the usuals like the Nadeaus and Lyndon Breen have been coming up huge, something that has proven to them just how good they are.
It's nice when, a guy gets a hat trick or whatever in a game, but at the same time, it's not going to happen every night. So knowing that, we have 4 lines of guys that can play and hopefully 6 or 7 D, and that's what good teams do.
For us to win a couple games where we don't, have to pitch in to 1 or 2 goals, that's the reason why we're winning so much this year and why we're so consistent. That's kind of what I think separates us from other teams.
The Black Bears will have their final 2 non-conference games Friday and Saturday as they host Colgate. The focus now shifts to getting as high a seed in the Hockey East tournament as possible, and the team is committed to approaching every single game in the second half with a championship mindset.
Just sticking with the process that we've been doing, and again, just not being satisfied and not getting complacent, and knowing that, other teams are coming for us, but also we're trying to strive for more here.
I think it's just, learning to play championship hockey. Every night there's going to be a team putting up a good fight. We got to push them Dartmouth and RIT, and, we kind of just outlasted them, and that's just kind of what we're going to have to do every weekend.
Okay, now to some news out of Herman High School. The school's set to open their brand new track this year, and some help from a local business looks to help it be a top-class facility for years to come. The Danforth family, owners of Danforth Supermarket in Herman, announcing they are making a significant donation and providing naming rights to the track. The Danforth's donation ensuring money continues to roll in to help with future upgrades and maintenance. Danforth's general manager Brett Danforth says the decision to help out came down to more than just Herman athletics.
I think it's more so us wanting to give back to the community. A track facility is something that everybody of all ages can utilize, not just the athletes at the school. Yes, middle school and high school will be able to compete and have competitions and have proper practice facilities, but the track is also going to provide a place where everybody, senior citizens or working age people, can go and have a safe place that has a nice, consistent surface to walk on and try to live a healthier lifestyle.
Okay, now to the New England Patriots. The Pats will return to the practice field Wednesday morning as they get ready to host the Jets on Sunday in what will be their final game of the season. Pats coming off a 27-21 loss to Buffalo. At 4-12, the Patriots will finish up with their worst record since the 2000 season, which was head coach Bill Belichick's first in New England. Earlier Tuesday, Pat's defensive coach Gerard Mayo talking about how despite the tough season record-wise, the team continues to fight week in and week out.
One thing I did learn this year is just the resilience of the people in this building, whether you're talking about players or coaches. The resilience is definitely a reflection of the top with the Kraft family and also Coach Belichick. And I didn't appreciate that as much until we went through this year. So it's one thing I learned.
Okay, now to some college hoops. Husson women's basketball playing their first game of the new year Tuesday against red-hot Bowdoin College. Eagles looking to avoid a 4-game skid here. Late first quarter, Husson's Jordan Lengel going to find Sophia McVicker from downtown, and she drills it. Polar Bears up 9 after 1, though. Second quarter now, Sophia Torres Reyes finds Bailey Donovan underneath. She is just so hard to stop at the rim. Now let's go to later in the second quarter. Bowdoin's Sydney Jones from Carly Davy, and what a Euro step here from the junior to put the Polar Bears up 13. Finally, Husson's Hannah Richards' pass is stolen by Maria Bellardi. She's going to go all the way to the hole by herself, count it, and the foul. Bowdoin goes on to win 68-64 to move to 11-1. And let's wrap things up with some high school hockey. Class B action with Camden Hills visiting Hamden Academy. Second period, Broncos on the power play. Keith Brooks finds Boston Merrow on the break. He's in, shoots, and scores to tie the game up at 2. Later, Merrow, another shot on net is going to be saved by Ollie Sawitsky, and on the rebound attempt by Brooks, he saves it again. Still second period, Merrow sends it along the boards. Lucas Dunn, the touch to Brooks, and he finishes. Hamden with a 3-2 lead now. Finally, 2-1 break here for Hamden. Merrow across ice to Dunn, and Dunn gets Merrow right at the doorstep, and he scores yet again. It's 4-2 Broncos. Wild third period, but they hang on to win 5-4. Okay, that's all the time we have for sports. We'll be right back after the break.
Roto-Rooter has served the greater Bangor area and beyond for 35 years, offering plumbing, hydrojetting, snaking, descaling, video inspection, and grease interceptor cleaning services. For all your residential and commercial clogs, call Roto-Rooter today, 990-1234.
And away go troubles down the drain. Roto-Rooter.
Jamar Construction Products in Bangor continues to grow to meet our customers' needs, supplying products for site work contractors, concrete contractors, and survey and safety supplies. We are proud to be the local dealer for Hilti, Valley Blades, U.S. Fabrics, and Euclid Chemical, plus so much more. Stop by and see us at 1270 Hammond Street or give us a call at 907-4491. If you dig it, pour it, plow it, fasten it, lay it, or lift it, Jamar Construction Products can help you.
There are so many fun things to do in Maine. Now you can enjoy more for less. Check out Half Off Fun from foxbangor.com.
Healing Hands Massage in Hamden provides professional massage services tailored specifically for our clients. Whether you're looking for relief from chronic pain, stiffness, or just want to treat yourself to a day of relaxation, Healing Hands Massage is the place for you.
There's a limited supply available. It's on sale right now. Save with Half Off Fun from foxbangor.com.
Welcome back to Good Morning Maine. Yesterday, I got the chance to speak with Chris Collin, a man who's been advocating for folks with disabilities since he was left paralyzed in 2008 from a motorcycle accident. He's now using his experience to call out insurers for denying access to life-saving wheelchairs, who, as he explains, are forcing users to pay for the full cost of titanium and carbon fiber wheelchairs up front, which is necessary technology for many disabled folks in order to stay safe. Let's now let Chris explain more.
Just to start, can you explain briefly how you became disabled?
Yeah, so back in 2008, I was in a motorcycle accident. Ended up breaking T5. For those that don't know what T5 is, it's the spine that's about chest level. So I have no feeling or movement below that level.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So, this injury necessitates a certain type of wheelchair, correct? Can you explain that a little bit?
Yeah. So depending on, there's a wide range of disabilities, and some are more complex than others, and mine being a spinal cord injury is very complex. It leaves me with a lot of different attributes that are different from different disabilities. So the style of my wheelchair in insurance code is a K5 wheelchair. So it's more adapted to me, all specialized. It's measured out specifically for me. The seating on it, so the cushion that I sit on and the backrest that I have on the wheelchair is all specifically designed to fit my body and keep my posture. If because I have no muscle below my chest, I can't sit properly without these devices. Having the wheelchair fit directly for me allows me to maneuver the wheelchair and be able to do my daily activities efficiently.
And the way I understand it too, I mean, it could be unsafe for you if it didn't fit you correctly. Am I wrong?
Yes, yeah, it's very unsafe, and then it's also um, muscle wise, using your arms to propel yourself in a manual chair like mine. Um, if you have the wrong positioning, it could eat away at your muscles and your joints and cause extra injury that way too. But also, when I have no way to um, stand or walk or anything like that. So when I go to maneuver from one object to another, so from my chair to the couch, um, if it's not properly set up, then it would make those things even more difficult and could fall and make things more dangerous.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. So, I mean, and the way I understand it, you're using your experience to advocate for other folks because it was kind of tough for you to get the wheelchair you needed through insurance, right?
Yeah, yeah. So there's a little bit of, to give you a little background too, before 2016, things were way easier for individuals like myself. Um, After 2016, they changed the coding and the insurance stuff. And basically what it ends up happening is Medicare is the one that kind of starts the flow of everything, and then it trickles down whatever Medicare kind of goes by. Um, then insurance, private insurances go after that too. So it's not even just people that are on state funded or anything like that or anything. It all affects everybody. Even as myself, I'm a working individual that pays taxes and everything like that, has a full-time job. Even my private insurance is affected by that too. Um, and to go back a little bit and kind of give you a little more information on it is they call it CRT, which is complex rehab technology. And what that is like I was explaining to you before, is the the wheelchair I'm in is specifically designed for me. It's not something off the shelf. The same thing with the seating products that I use. Those are all really specialized to each individual. So that makes a big difference in the whole process of everything. Um, it's more of a niche kind of, like, people with those kind of disabilities that really need those. And where it all comes and ties in together is um, you have to have a physician and a therapist, a physical therapist, and then also somebody called an ATP, assistive technology professional. All three of those people are going to be conjoined together to do the fitting and make sure that the wheelchair is correctly used for what you need in your daily life. So all these people have to come together to say it's medically necessary for you to have that.
Hey,
And
Chris, it looks like we're about out of time for today. I really appreciate you taking the time to speak with me about this.
yes, thank you. And I hope everybody can go out and either send an email to your representatives or just voice that opinion of speaking out for us.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah. What was the bill again, so people know?
Yeah, HR 5371.
Awesome. Sounds good.
Very fitting on National Right to Congress Day. Okay, now to wrap up, let's take one final look at that extended forecast. Today's going to be quite chilly, but not as bad as yesterday, with a high of 39 degrees, partly cloudy in the sky, dropping down to a low of 22 tonight, not as bad as it was last night. Those clouds are holding on, and tomorrow we might see some snow showers, although it may be a little bit too warm for snow, with a high of 37. We'll be right back.
Quitting smoking, vaping, and other tobacco may be tough, but you can do it. Even if you don't get it right the first time, don't give up. Working with a quit coach increases your chances of successfully quitting, especially combined with quit medications. That's why each quit program through the Maine Quit link offers free patches, gum, and/or lozenges and helps you build a customized quit plan. Call 1-800-QUIT-NOW or enroll online at mainequitlink.com. It's free and it works.
Football fans, with a Caesars Sportsbook app, you can be in the game all the time. Seeking instant action? Quick Picks offers you the most popular games and markets, already built for you and ready to bet. Experience the thrill when you stack your bets to create a super parlay. Build bets for your favorite teams and players across multiple games. This season, don't just watch the game. Download Caesars Sportsbook and experience the game like never before.
Pat's Pizza in Holden has recently expanded their seating capacity. Call now for reserving your event or holiday party with us. The new indoor golf simulators are open for the season. Call now for reservations.
Why should your new floor come from Carpet One? Because we're passionate about the spaces our neighbors call home. We're part of your community, and we're also part of the world's largest cooperative of independently owned and operated flooring stores. So you can be sure you'll get great selection and outstanding value with every installation. Whether it's carpet, hardwood, tile, or luxury vinyl, our experts take the guesswork out of choosing the right floor. We're your local Carpet One Floor and Home, the one store for your perfect floor.
Hi.
Wow.
I can't live without you now. Don't stop believing.
Will you marry me?
Yes! Hold on to that feeling. Yes, yes! Don't stop believing.
That dry January commitment may actually improve your overall health. A new study claims that those who took part in Trends, which swears off alcohol use for the month of January, reaped the benefits for at least 6 months after. The Hazelden Batty Ford Chicago outpatient manager says the benefits have been found to lead to recovery from alcohol dependency and drinking habits, which can lead to a change in lifestyle. People can feel the positive effects in as little as 48 hours and can experience better sleep, more energy, and improvements in smell and taste after a month of not drinking. I'm sure folks are saving a lot of money, too. It's good all around. Okay, Good Morning America is next on ABC 7. You can stay with us for the second hour of Good Morning Maine. That's next on Fox 22. We hope you have a great day.